You will die quick if you have all the guns in the world, but you do not have any water to keep yourself going. Here are the top 5 water gadgets that I personally would recommend. The number one spot is bleach. You can find diagrams and videos on the internet of what the proper proportion of bleach to water is for drinking the water. I don't want to say the wrong thing and get sued, but here we go. Bleach is cool because it is dirt cheap. Also, make sure it is not expired, but it is dirt cheap and it can purify water. You probably also want to buy a dropper with the bleach as well. Number 2 spot, Polar Pure. If you haven't heard of it, it's probably because it was banned for a little bit. It is not banned anymore. It costs about $20, and this little bottle of like never-ending iodine will purify about 500 gallons of water. It also has an extremely long shelf life, whereas other things will expire. It is awesome. Check it out. And the number 3 spot is my favorite. This one's relatively new, the Sawyer Mini Filter. This uses a device, and I had to hold my breath because it's so awesome, that will do about 100,000 gallons of water if you maintain the filter. This little filter that's so tiny and lightweight can have a straw attached to it to where you can drink through the straw. It can screw onto a water bottle to where you can squeeze the water through it. It comes with a little bladder to where you can just screw that on. It'll be hooked up to a Camelback bladder to where if you have a tube, it'll purify the water going through the tube. It can also be hooked up to a 5-gallon bucket to where you could do a ton of water being purified at one time. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it because this is probably the coolest water purification thing I have seen in my entire life. And the number 4 spot is a blast from the past. This is the MSR Mini Works. This uses a very long-lasting carbon and ceramic filter element. It is pump operated, so you will get a workout while using it, but it's still pretty quick and easy to use. This one is one that I personally have been used when I was completely out in the middle of the nowhere and I didn't get sick. It was awesome. And just check it out. The number 5 spot is more of a bugging in item, and some people will actually use this item all the time because they don't like fluoride in their water and other things in the water. It is the Berkey. The Berkey is a gravity operated filter to where you just fill up the top portion with the filters and it all drips into the bottom. This is an amazing filter. See, these other filters that I mentioned, some of them will not take out what a Berkey will take out. So a lot of people will only drink water if it comes out of a Berkey because they're health snobs and they want to live to be 120 years old. The Berkeys are really cool. Check them out. And your honorable mention spot are DIY, homemade, or out in the field made water purification devices. Some of these devices, people in like third world countries purify their water with them. If you are an expert and you know how to like make some weird water purifier out in the middle of nowhere, like you're on the show Naked and Afraid and you're like, hey everybody, we got clean water because I know how to make this weird thing that has like gravel and dirt and charcoal and it purifies water. If you know how to do that, you're really cool. Understand, be careful if you're learning how to do this kind of stuff because if you mess it up, you can literally die. But there are people who know how to make their own filters, and I think they deserve an honorable mention. Just don't trust them all because you might be crapping liquid for a very long time. Thank you for listening to this water list. Please, in the comments section, tell me, what water purifier do you personally trust your life to? Like and subscribe as well. Or feel free to share this video. Actually, you should share this video. And if you don't, you're just a horrible person. No, you're not a horrible person. You're a good person. But just share the video. Now I feel guilty for calling you a horrible person.